Hello ladies and gents and sports fans, and hello ladies and gents and sports fans and all you Nintendo nerds out there. This is not the intro that I do for the Zitro Productions channel, not at all. I gotta charge my laptop. Today marks the first day of filming a new episode on the Hotpocket500 channel because I haven't filmed one since the last few days of my freshman year. In a few months, I'll be heading into my junior year. Wait, no, hold on. The last video, which is the Nintendo, the NES video, I recorded that in the beginning of my sophomore year. Now I'm heading into my junior year of high school. Oh, consistency! Okay, so in all seriousness, I'm probably gonna have a bit of a falling out when it comes to not just the channel, okay, and I'm not gonna say I'm gonna fall out of the channel, not at all. I want to continue making these videos. It's just that there happens to be in this past year I've been really busy with a bunch of other stuff. As you can see, I will show you just what I've been working on. So I think it's a pretty weird thing for me to say that I've been working on a lot of stuff, because, and saying that like if that's a new thing, as if all of the past videos on Zitro Productions isn't already clarifying that enough, because I go to school like any regular high school kid. So I've got to work, and then the thing is that I've got early college classes. So that is a heavy thing that I've got on my plate sometimes. Especially because some of these damn teachers, man, they are piling up work, man. And just to clarify, this is in alright, so I've been really busy recently as of past school year already. I recorded the NES video around September of my sophomore year, and that was because I wanted to record something and I wanted to, get a video done. And the thing is that I don't even think I started editing the video until maybe January of like my winter break. Somewhere around that time I started editing the video, and I ended up uploading it later that month as well. So it just became something where it was like I don't really have a lot of time for it because school gets in the way. And then I recently got into an audio video production class. As of my freshman year, I did get into an audio video production class. It wasn't necessarily audio video production, more so a principles of arts, AV technology, and communications class. Really rolls right off the tongue. I really wish they could change the name because it is a very long class. I just call it your principles class in AV production or in AV technology, which is still a pretty long name. As you can see, I'm already running out of breath right now with probably just saying the name, or I'm a pretty heavy guy as well. So anyway, so the learning never stops here. Voluntarily, this is not required for anybody who's in that class, by the way. This is just because I wanted to just take some notes and learn more on what I need to know for audio video technology, because I do want to work as an audio video technician as I grow up. Hopefully I want to work as a camera operator, or just as a field cameraman and a broadcast technician. Hopefully anything in news production I would love to work in. So this is a book. This is a pretty outdated book, I'll say this. This is from like 2017. So the version of Premiere Pro is like a pretty old 2016-2017 version of Premiere Pro. But it's still a really good book, because it even though it's maybe not the most up-to-date thing, hey, a lot of our equipment is not really up-to-date, but I still love it because it's still pretty dated. That's a really, like, I look at a lot of things, a lot of like little things, and sometimes it's just, they're very significant to me, and I love it sometimes, even though sometimes it doesn't make sense. It's like, why would you like a bit of the dated stuff? But it's got its own charm. I feel like nowadays a lot of things are a bit too too lifeless, too soulless now to use. So that goes without saying. This is a I mean, just for the sake of not wanting to infringe on any copyright on this book, because I'm sure that it's got like a whole thing where it says it's prohibited. This publication is protected by copyright, and permission should be obtained from the publisher prior to any prohibited reproduction, storage, and retrieval system or transmission in any form or by any means, electronic, mechanical, photocopying, recording, or otherwise. So I think the only thing I can really show is just the cover here. So bye-bye. However, I can show this because this is basically my work. These are notes that I've taken on audio video production. Well, this I still haven't finished, but this I took December. This is still back when Zitro Productions was considered Zitro VGFX Productions. Stupid name for me to put that originally, but now it's Zitro Productions. So this is just composition and framing stuff, and I do little references to movies sometimes, like as you can see here. This is referencing to the last scene in Final Destination, where they're at that French cafe, Miro 81. And then there's also this scene from Pulp Fiction, where John Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson are outside of the... Were they outside of the elevator? Or inside the elevator? Where were they? Oh, they were in the hallway right next to this apartment that they were about to come in and shoot the guys. Anyways, this is obviously Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is the party scene. I'm getting a little too deep into the notes that I'm talking, but I'm just here to show you that these are some of the notes I've been taking so far for the summer. I don't really have time to take notes on this kind of stuff throughout the school year because it's the school year, man. I gotta focus on English, math, science. Get the point of the dreaded stuff that I have to learn throughout high school. And you know what? Maybe it's not that big of a deal. Honestly, a lot of people tend to say that. And a lot of people tend to look at high schoolers and say, you have it easy. Maybe. Because as of now, I am grateful to say that I finally have an actual camera to work on. Because lately, as of the last 5 to 6 years of being a content creator and working on videos, you always just gotta work with what you've got, right? Originally, some of my first videos were done using an old Chromebook camera, and I sold that Chromebook about a year ago to a good friend of mine, and he used that for himself. And the second video that I worked on, just a lot of videos that I worked on, I recorded them on really old phones that like were already at the brink of being outdated. And then eventually I got my own phone, which is basically, it didn't have a SIM card, it didn't have anything like that. So that's those are some of the prior ways that I used to record videos, and that was before I knew how to edit. So by the time that I started to know how to edit, I think I started recording on an iPhone 11. I started shooting videos through iMovie, and then it wasn't until like probably February 2021 that I started editing with CapCut, and then I took a long break in August 2022 editing with CapCut again. And that kind of stuff, it kind of stuck with me because I did stick to CapCut a lot more. I'm thinking of just sticking with CapCut right now because I do have a certification in Adobe Premiere Pro, and I do have the ability to use Adobe Premiere Pro, except I don't, because the laptop that I currently have has 4 gigabytes of RAM for some reason. This is the laptop that I use, and you can see it in some of my past videos, but I use CapCut on here because it's like light enough. It's not light, but it's not as heavy as Adobe Premiere Pro is. because CapCut, I think it's internet based, it's network based, so a lot of the stuff that comes with it, you got to use the internet for it. So it's not heavy when you're doing projects. I think it's when you're working on really heavy projects that it starts to slow down. Premiere Pro, however, because it's an industry based editing software, it takes way too damn long to load on this kind of laptop, and I can't even get past the welcome screen without the whole thing exploding. Anyways, overall, I'm happy with just editing videos, recording videos, and editing them on, through CapCut here on my laptop. And my whole rig here is basically, well, besides the camera, of course, my whole rig here is through the laptop. As you can tell, some of the software that I have here, I've got Audacity, OBS, CapCut, DVD styler, VLC media player. This kind of stuff really helps me out whenever I'm doing video production work, or just like just content in general. I've got Chrome open with a copy of the script here, and yeah, this is like about a few months in work. I started this script back in February, and I didn't finish it until 13 days ago, I'll say that. Yeah, this is a long time that I've been working on this script, and it's not that long of a video, I'll say that. It's not that long of a video, but sometimes just words don't come to me. And I another thing is just the fact that it gets pretty hard to try and come up with what to talk about, even though it's like it's history about a you know, little stupid Nintendo console. But you know, it's with the consistency and just like wanting to get the video done and knowing what you know, where you set your limits at, or where you don't want to limit yourself on. It gets pretty hard to see, like, okay, maybe I should get rid of this, or maybe I should start focusing a little bit more on writing some of that. And I also got to correct a lot of things that I do whenever I'm writing scripts, especially. Some bad habits that I have whenever I'm writing scripts is that I write maybe run-on scripts, or maybe the paragraphs are a little too long, or I tend to unintentionally use alliteration or rhyming or using the same words over and over, and then I don't notice it until I start doing the voiceovers. But I don't think that's until like when I start actually doing voiceovers. I think when it comes to like the on-shot scenes, those are like all right, and I think it's a little bit harder whenever I do stuff like this and it's not a voiceover video or a commentary or an editorial video like what I'm doing right now for the Hotpocket500 Show. When it comes to videos like this, this is a little bit more of my style. When it comes to like really doing filmmaking and working on stories and scripts, I can't come up with a script on a story that I can make myself, because I'm not much of a storyteller, more so of a... I know that they say like every artist is a storyteller in some ways, but it tends to fall flat whenever I try to think of something that is originally my mind. So that's why I love to do films that a lot of my friends' stories are made up of, and I love adapting that into films, because I love all the technical work with camera and editing, all that stuff. Anyways, I got a video to film. So I just thought that I'd put this in the behind the scenes for a little bit, because I think it's important to just address what I've been up to, and just talk about like my creative process for a little bit, because I feel like people should know that a little bit if they start to look at my channel and they start to wonder like why I do the things I do on my channel. And it's kind of hard to come up with words sometimes on camera. I still have a lot to learn with speaking in front of a camera, because I feel like I can be a little bit too vague sometimes, or maybe I can say some things that it's like, this isn't stuff that you hear naturally in a conversation. I try my best to have my on-screen talks to sound like I'm having a conversation with somebody, or with you guys watching. It's really weird to try and address that, actually, like when it's like you're talking to someone, like I'm talking to you. how can I address that on camera without feeling like I look like a dork around my room? Nobody's here though, so I can say that. Okay, so it's officially the second day of filming, because I didn't get to film anything at all yesterday. But today I'm officially gonna film the entire episode in one day, which just happens to be the case for every single time that I've recorded a Hotpocket500 episode. Besides on certain days where I might need somebody else to help me out with certain scenes, such as the Nintendo DS video when I had my friend Andre help me out with being the cafeteria kid in that video. And I think other than that, that's basically it. Other Hotpocket500 videos I've been able to record by myself over here. I don't really think I have anything else besides what I've got in the script here in the room. I can easily record this all in one day. So we'll see what we can do. I just hit the door right there.
Not just anybody can bring the potato salad to the cookout. This is loaded.
Oh shit. I just want to make sure I've got everything set in place and that nothing looks a little too crazy. I don't want to bend a little bit, or I don't want to be a little bit too further up or anything like that. So this is going to be a whole new setup. This is the new camera that I've got. And I'll be recording that for the Hotpocket500 episodes. And now I just got to have access to my script, which should be on my laptop, but I'm recording my audio through Audacity right there, and I'm getting a call right now. So let's see what lovely sounds we're gonna hear. Hello.
Baby.
Yo, what's up?
Justin.
I'm recording the video right now.
Oh yeah.
I haven't even gotten to record anything.
Somebody just scratched my back.
I'll be there in a second. We are back. I actually haven't recorded the audio. Hold on, let me start recording audio. We are back. I have about 2 hours time to actually start doing stuff regarding recording audio, because I got to see how it sounded. All right, that's good enough, right? If anything, I think I like the microphone audio a little bit better than the camera audio better than my microphone audio, but I'm gonna record both just in case, okay? And I gotta rush through this, because apparently I'm gonna have to stay at my grandma's apartment for the time being at about 5, and it's 3:39 right now. I have quite a bit of time, but I'm not gonna test my luck. I need to get this done, because I've had this script written since February, and I just finished like about 13 days ago, and I want to get this done. So I need some water, man. Oh. How does my voice sound now? Get this in action. So I'm just gonna, for the record, I'm just gonna know this is the most safest spot to talk, because it's on focus. I have it on manual focus. It's just I don't like the fact that the screen reflects on my eyes a lot, but we'll do with that. By the latter half of the 1980s, Nintendo had off. Oh man, you can't even see the NES. It's a little bit off screen. Okay, you got this. Don't film on me now, tripod. Oh, never mind, I got it. Okay. I don't want to show that part of the door though. Okay, hopefully this is better. Alright. By the latter half of the 1980s, Nintendo had grown astronomically large than... By the latter half of the 1980s, Nintendo had astronomically grown larger... By the latter half of the 1980s, Nintendo had grown astronomically large in the video game market, considering how popular Atari was back in the 1970s. Might have brushed up on the microphone at that point. This simultaneously reconstructed what was thought to be a dead market a decade prior. This simultaneously This simultaneously reconstructed what was thought to be a dead market a decade prior. This simultaneously reconstructed what was thought to be a dead market a decade prior. This simultaneously reconstructed what was thought to be a dead market a video. This simultaneously reconstructed what was thought to be a dead market a decade prior. But once the 90s started to roll around, decided to roll around and technological advancements became a lot more prominent. But once the 90s rolled around and technological advancements became more prominent in Japan, Nintendo was prone to get its own competitors. But once the mid to late 1980s rolled around and technological advancements became a lot more prominent in Japanese technology companies, let's just say that the competitors did respond, but they weren't expecting for Nintendo to come back with their own. But by the time that the mid to late 1980s rolled around and technological advancements became a lot more prominent in Japanese technology companies, let's just say that they did have competitors, but they weren't expecting for Nintendo to respond back with its own weapon. So I've officially semi-finished the footage for the SNES video. I'm still gonna look over it, whether if I'm happy with it or not, because I had a pretty tight thing going on when it came to my timing for this, because I have to go to my grandma's house at about 5, and it's 3:55 right now, and I also need some time to prepare because I'm wearing a friggin' flannel in the middle of July in a hot room because my AC tends to be my microphone tends to pick up a lot of the stuff from the AC. So now I'm gonna have to change because I don't wanna be sweaty, bro. What the hell is this? Excuse the mess, but this is the stuff that happens when I record a video. Also, I don't want to be sitting on top of a blanket. What genuinely sucks is that I don't have I don't have any blue jeans. I have black jeans, which makes stuff a lot more fun for me in the hot Texas heat. But I have to wear black jeans right now because I don't have any clean blue jeans. So that'll be fun. I am gonna get ready to go to my grandma's house, apartment soon. Hello everybody, you're watching the behind the scenes for the new Hotpocket500 episode that took about half a school year to make because I was busy with STC and Mr. Gonzalez and college shit. I've got what was your name again? I've got Gavin. I'm gonna throw my gum away because I don't think my microphone wants to pick that up. True. I Kobe Bryant that straight into the trash can. So I'm gonna try my water and let's see this. I know that I have the air conditioning on, but I don't think it's gonna pick that up. Let me check it out.
It isn't. I don't hear anything in the background.
Okay, so this is the second recording. I'm gonna stay at this distance. I'm gonna try out using plosive pronunciations. I don't know how bad it can be because usually plosive sounds like the p, b, and I think that's basically it. No, I'm not talking about your Gen Z slang here, Gavin. I'm not talking about none of... Okay. Let's see here. Let me go straight to the script. And I'm going to be at this distance. It's right in front of the camera, but I don't think it should be too close. I'm going to put him back from speaker. Alright, let's see. The late 1980s, Nintendo had officially become a household name in American homes. More and more video games were crafted for the NES, and video games were becoming a part of the same podium as music and films were established as dominating pieces of culture. Nintendo's partnerships with other video game manufacturers were starting to underscore the fact that Nintendo was definitely not playing around this point. Nintendo's partnerships with other video game manufacturers were starting to underscore the fact that Nintendo was definitely not playing around at this point. Sega Enterprises, originally a division of Gulf and Western, was one of the larger arcade cabinet manufacturers actively working in the United States back then. Competitive work alongside other manufacturers like Konami, Atari, and Midway made Sega one of the driven companies to try and get at what I still hear sirens. I was doing so good. Hold on. Oh god. How do I... Oh, okay. Oh, that's not so bad. Oh, that was the other way around. This might work. Will it though? How do I focus in on the... It's kind of hard to record gameplay footage on a screen this white. I think that's good. Oh, shit. Audio sounds really blown out. This really does show like how dark my friggin' room is. How dark the house is in general. Because I don't think you could focus at all if it was... I don't even think you can read that. Let me close the screen so I wanna...
You can't even see what that is. What the hell is that? I'm looking at it through the viewfinder. Damn. Either the screen is bright or my room's too dark.
It's not a good contrast. Don't look good. Well, that was fun.